Our first speaker today is Marcia Klassen, and she's the executive director of Brookdale Meridian. She's been in the medical field for 44 years in a variety of careers. She's celebrated her 30th anniversary with Brookdale in October of this year and has been the executive director at Brookdale Meridian Boulder for 11 years. So folks, please welcome Marcia.
Good morning. Good morning. Am I on? You can hear me? Fine. Perfect. Perfect. Well, thank you very much for joining me today. I do have handouts, even though it's about technology, but some people still take notes, and we're going to talk a little bit about how many of you in the last, let's say, 18 months, right, have purchased a new electronic item, like an iPad or a tablet or an iPhone. Okay. All right. So we're going to do a little bit of discussion about how we stay socially. Am I clicking right?
Oh, the switch on the side, turn it on. I'm sorry, I thought we had it on. Is the green battery
The green on.
Green on. So yeah, it should just be left and right.
Okay. So you can see the screen okay? All right.
Could we have a handout first?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, you can. We'll just start some over this way and some over this way. Then you go pass them around. Okay, so we're all about meaningful relationships in aging well. We, in a study of more than 3,000 people, showed that strong social relationships decrease the premature death by 50%. So this last year and a half, we've been a little isolated, right? How many of us were able to Zoom for Thanksgiving last year, right? So we want to talk a little bit about how we are able to connect with social connection without in our isolation. So social isolation is linked to conditions as chronic lung disease, arthritis, impaired mobility, and depression. And prolonged isolation is actually as unhealthy as smoking. And during this last year and a half, we have, in the retirement community business, struggled to make sure we had good social interactions, of which we used a lot of FaceTime, Skype, Facebook, Zoom, messengers, and that really did help to see some of my residents who got to see their first great-grandchild via an iPad, right? The smiles on their faces. So we can still stay connected even though we may not be able to touch. So we still can pursue hobbies. There's Fitbit, there's stretch clubs, there's audio versions of exercise classes, there's Tai Chi and yoga, even via your internet. I really like Words with Friends, and also there's all kinds of games you can play on your iPhone with. My sister and I in Nebraska, we play darts, so I'm not very good at it, but it's kind of fun. And it's a way to stay connected and still play, and not necessarily, we don't always see face-to-face, but we can play games. Also, other ways to stay connected. And I did write some of this in the information. Senior Corps, volunteer match, get involved, volunteer, and now we have opening, our churches are opening, our rec centers are opening, our hospice book and used stores opening. So where do we get connected? We have large screens, we have Navigate by Touch. How many of you have an iPad that when you swipe too far, you go too far, right? One of the things that I got my parents, which recently we moved them in a retirement community in Nebraska, we got them an iPhone. Mom didn't want a smartphone, so we got her an iPhone because she kept saying she wasn't smart. But what's really fun is I love to say, hey, Siri, and then I ask her a question, and there's the answer. It's also able to, the numbers are larger on some of the phones. Did you know that 32% of seniors age 65 and up now own a tablet? And I bet you'd say that this was done in, the research was done in 2019. I'm sure now it is even higher. 34% use social networking sites as Facebook. So let's cover the basics. Video chat. What do you need for a video chat? You need a tablet, you need a microphone, and you need a camera. Skype, you can create a Skype account on any tablet, computer. You can create an account, make a video call. And FaceTime is included on iPhones, iPads, and those are really kind of fun because you can, on an iPhone, sometimes the little camera is a little bit small, but on an iPad, you can make it as big as you want, and you can actually feel like you're there in the room. Social media, Facebook, you do have to create an account and a real account on Facebook. Facebook Messenger is kind of an instant back and forth text. And there's also meeting messengers. I love this one because, yes, I do ask my grandsons. There are some things that I'm still learning, right? It's okay. Because these kids, I have a 4-year-old granddaughter who runs the iPad better than I. So ask your grandkids. Also, I did include on the handout online tutorials. And your Apple Store, they're very, very helpful in helping you with, especially if you get a new iPad or iPhone. Anybody can teach you. Check out your senior centers, your libraries, and a senior living community like ours. Virtual reality. These things are really fun. We've done them a couple of times. And if you imagine someone that used to ski and they can barely walk, but you can put this on and they can actually pretend like they're skiing, and it is showing great promise, and they have been increased the technology. LEQ is a virtual companion. It's similar to Alexis, and it's a way to stay active and engaged. LEQ is an artificial intelligence. And that is really all I have. Questions? Did I go too fast?
What's LEQ?
LEQ is, if you go back, if you look at LEQ, it's a virtual companion to help seniors stay active. Let's just look it up. No, that's Southwest, not buying it. It's kind of like Siri, Alexis, LEQ. It's a digital companion. Okay. So it's a companion that you can.
Anita, how are you today? I talk to LEQ like she's a friend. LEQ is interested in my feelings and wants to know if I slept well.
Let's try and focus on breathing with our stomach.
We do this stress reduction exercise.
I don't know, can you see that?
During the day. She's helped me a lot with not
Oop.
feeling lonely.
Put my mask on and pass the phone around. Yeah. I do not know how much that is. There's also a new program out called Check on My Mom, which you can get down on there.
Thank you for being my friend.
Thank you for being my friend too.
LQ reminds me that I should do my blood pressure check.
It's 3
Okay. So, so similar to a lifeline system where you can push if there's an emergency button. LEQ has that. There's also another program, and I apologize, I was going to look that up. And it was something about, let's see if I have it in my email. Sorry. Check on Mom. See what you can do with these little things? It's, I will research that and have it at my booth, but it is it's like a program similar to LEQ, calling your mom, and if you have, like for myself, I am in Colorado, my family's in Nebraska, and we just moved our parents to a retirement community. And I could ask my sister, did you get groceries? When is Dad's doctor's appointments? Things like that. And it's also a reminder we can send, depending upon which family member is up that day, you can send a reminder Dad's appointment is, Dad needs to refill his medicines, those kind of things. And I promise we'll find that and get that to you. But I think it's called Check My Mom Neighborhood or something like that. Similar to some of the programs we have here, neighborhood programs. Yes, sir.
Do you know anything about the fall detection of things in watches?
Your iPhone in your watches?
There are some watches that have a fall detection sensor in it.
Yes, there are watches. Eye Health, I think Eye Wellness has one, that if you fall, it detects it. There are also programs like Lifeline that do have a watch similar system that also has a GPS.
Is there a less expensive version? In other words, something that you don't have to have an iPhone, an iWatch for? Is it something that will work on other smart watches?
There's probably an Android version of that, and I could check that out with one of your Lifeline systems.
I was trying to avoid something where there'd be a monthly fee.
You're not going to avoid a monthly fee on any monitoring system that I know of.
I think the iPhone, you don't have to pay a monthly fee. The fall detection thing works for that.
The fall detection that you add on your iPhone, you have to pay a monthly fee because it's a monitoring, right?
I don't think so.
Okay. You would think there has to be some payment due to a monitor. If someone monitors something, they're going to charge you for it.
They have it set up where it calls like 911 or something.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, like a GPS or your smart car. Well, anything else? Well, thank you very much for your time. Enjoy this beautiful, beautiful Saturday afternoon. The sun is shining. It's going to be a great day. Have a wonderful. Thank you.